Welcome back to the channel, anime lovers. Today we're diving deep into one of the most intense and beautifully animated series of our generation, Jujutsu Kaisen. From cursed energy to emotional battles, this show has completely redefined modern shonen anime. Jujutsu Kaisen, Shadows of the Forgotten Part 2. Jujutsu Kaisen, Shadows of the Forgotten continued. The city was quiet, but only for a moment. Yuji, Megumi, and Gojo stood in the aftermath, the air still humming with residual cursed energy. The ground around them was fractured, glass and steel twisted like melted candles. Yuji rubbed his arms, still feeling the adrenaline surge. That thing, it wasn't just a curse. It felt intelligent. Megumi's expression was grim, ancient, definitely not a standard curse. And it wasn't acting alone. Gojo leaned against a broken street lamp, casually tossing a piece of rubble into the air with a flick of his fingers. You're right. Whoever, or whatever, controlled it is playing a game. And right now, we just triggered the opening move. Yuji's fists clenched. So what? We just wait for the next attack. Gojo smirked behind his blindfold. No, we prepare, and we bait them. But first, let's find out what we're dealing with. Investigating the source, the trio moved through the darkened streets, following traces of cursed energy left behind. Yuji, I noticed something strange, faint greenish residues that pulsed like a heartbeat along the ground. Look at this, Megumi said, crouching. It's a signature. Whoever left this, wants us to track it. Yuji frowned. Track it, or trap us? Gojo waved off the question with a casual shrug. Both, probably. Classic curse manipulator behavior. We'll see what's behind it before it sees us. The trail led them to a massive abandoned warehouse at the edge of Tokyo. The building looked normal, crumbling walls, shattered windows, but the air inside was thick, almost solid with cursed energy. Yuji stepped in first, his senses on high alert. Why did these things always lead to giant, creepy warehouses? Megumi didn't answer, instead summoning a pair of shikigami that glowed faintly in the dim light. Gojo followed, eyes narrowing beneath his blindfold. Inside, the darkness seemed to bend around them. Whispers echoed, low, unintelligible, yet familiar enough to send chills down their spines. Suddenly, the shadows coalesced, forming grotesque humanoid figures with multiple limbs and eyes that blinked in unnatural patterns. They weren't curses, they were constructs, puppets of a far more sinister force. Yuji's heart raced. Okay, that's worse. Gojo chuckled. Welcome to the main course. Try to keep up. The first wave. Without warning, the shadow constructs lunged. Yuji instinctively blocked, cursed energy sparking along his arms. Megumi's shikigami attacked from both sides, tearing through some of the weaker constructs, but more appeared instantly, like the darkness itself was alive. Yuji's body moved on instinct, drawing Sukuna's power to strike with overwhelming force. Each punch sent ripples of cursed energy through the air, disintegrating the constructs, yet the warehouse seemed to regenerate them faster than they could fall. This isn't just about power, Megumi realized, it's strategy. Whoever controls this knows exactly how we fight. Gojo, meanwhile, remained calm. His fingers traced the air lazily. And one by one, the constructs were shredded by a dimension warping technique so precise it seemed effortless. Yet the sheer number of enemies was staggering. Yuji glanced at Gojo. Teach me that one. Quote. Gojo smirked. Later, kid. First, survive. A glimpse of the enemy. As the battle raged, a massive shadow rose from the center of the warehouse, a figure draped in tattered robes. Its face obscured by a featureless mask. Its presence radiated cursed energy that made the warehouse floor crack and warp. Yuji felt a chill. That's not a normal curse. That's someone controlling them. Megumi's eyes narrowed. And they're strong. Way stronger than anything we've faced today. The figure's voice was a whisper that somehow filled the entire warehouse. You have come far, children of Jujutsu. But this is only the beginning. A wave of cursed energy blasted outward, throwing Yuji and Megumi back several meters. The construct swirled around the figure, forming a protective barrier of shifting shadows. Gojo landed lightly on his feet, eyes gleaming beneath his blindfold. Well, that's polite. They introduced themselves before trying to kill us. Classic villain move. Yuji wiped blood from his lip, grinning. Guess it's our turn then. Let's see how far this rabbit hole goes. Strategy and training. After barely surviving the first wave, the trio retreated to a safer location, a rooftop overlooking Tokyo. The city lights shimmered below, oblivious to the chaos hidden in the shadows. Yuji leaned against a railing, catching his breath. We can't just fight them head-on. That thing, whoever they are, they're playing chess with us. Megumi nodded. We need strategy. We need allies. And we need information. Gojo smiled faintly, looking over the city. Good. Then we prepare. And next time, we won't just react. We'll dominate. Yuji's fists glowed faintly with cursed energy. I'll get stronger. Faster. Harder. Whatever it takes. Megumi's Shikigami hovered nearby, eyes alert. And I'll make sure nothing slips past us. Gojo chuckled. Atta boy. Now, let's wake up the rest of our sleepy friends. This is going to be fun. A new threat emerges. High above the city, unseen by ordinary humans, another presence watched. The masked figure, now speaking into a crystal orb, its voice cold and calculating. They have potential, but they are untested. Prepare the next phase. Let the game truly begin. And somewhere in the streets below, Yuji, Megumi, and Gojo didn't know it yet, but the shadow of this enemy would stretch far beyond tonight, pulling them into battles that would challenge not just their strength, but their very souls. This section sets up intense future battles, character growth, and a new overarching villain. The story can continue to spiral into multi-layered encounters, with Yuji learning more about Sukuna, Megumi unlocking hidden powers, and Gojo facing threats beyond his reckoning, all building toward a climax worthy of a 2-hour reading experience. I can continue immediately, taking the story into nighttime city battles, infiltration missions, and the first major clash with the masked villain. Do you want me to continue this next segment? And in the darkness of Tokyo, the city seemed to hold its breath. The battle against the unseen forces of curses had only begun. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. Subscribe for more anime deep dives, and comment below, who's your favorite Jujutsu Kaisen character and why. Until next time, stay cursed.